How cortisol is secretly ruining your health. Hi guys, welcome to a new video and let's learn about cortisol, which is often known as the stress hormone. That's probably how you know it. But we're going to know where it's produced, how we know it's affecting us and we are producing way too much and why. So what is cortisol? Cortisol is a hormone that is produced by the adrenal glands, which are placed on top of your kidneys. The reason why it's known as the stress hormone is because it plays such an important role into how your body responds to stress. The more stress you have, the more cortisol you produce. And you may be wondering, but cortisol is already naturally produced, right, by your bodies. So if cortisol is naturally produced by your bodies, it may be beneficial, right? In some way, it may be good for us and it may have a purpose. Yes, it does, and it's good for us in small amounts. In the amounts that our body needs to produce it is good, which is when there is a real threat. Cortisol allows you to react fast, to react quick to a real life threat. The issue is that your body sees a threat as a threat. It doesn't matter if it's a mental threat you've created yourself by your overthinking, or if you're literally escaping from a murderer. Like, your body and your cortisol levels will spike high, no matter if it's being caused by your brain and it's something fake that you've invented and you've imagined, or if it's a real life situation. But the end result is that in both ways you're going to be equally stressed, so much, like crazy, losing it. And that's the issue. Let's say quickly, what is cortisol good for? As I said, in short amounts is really good, and the main function that the cortisol has is that it helps your body. It helps your body get glucose. So it helps glucose enter your bloodstream, and this consequently gives you more energy. It makes you feel good, it gives you energy. It reduces also inflammation within your body. It reduces inflammation, it gives you energy, it helps you focus. Cortisol in small amounts helps you focus well on any activity you're doing, or if you're thinking about something, it just helps you focus. And it also has an important role into processing other things that you get, such as proteins, fats, carbohydrates. Cortisol is like organizes things basically. It's like, okay, you're here, you're there, you're here. So in a small amount is super good. Like, it helps you have a better life. Issue: every single thing in life, if it's been used too much, it's bad for you. Have you not heard that even if you drink too much water, it can kill you? Drinking too much water can kill you. It's like everything can kill you in this life if you do it excessively. Same with cortisol. Maybe it will not kill you, but it will make you wish you were gone, far away. When you are stressed, your body is producing cortisol because it's trying to help you. Imagine you have a deadline, right? Today's a deadline and you forgot to do your homework for university, for school, for high school, or even for work. Like, there's something you have to do for work and you forgot, and you're like, oh my gosh, no, I forgot. What's going to happen is that your body is going to cortisol, because it wants to help you react quickly. But like, sometimes there's just nothing to do and it's not really a real life threatening situation, but it makes you feel like it is. That's what the problem is. And high cortisol means that you're always stressed, that you're always anxious, and that you struggle to basically do anything, even focus on enjoying life. And I'm going to give you 3 ways into which you can confirm that your cortisol is certainly too high. And today I will not be giving you the solutions, but on the next video, if you subscribe, I will be giving you the solutions to this. I will be giving the solutions anyway, even if you do not subscribe, but it will be nice if you watch this video knowing that on the next one I will be saying things, meals, foods that will help you naturally reduce cortisol and be a bit more balanced mentally. I like to point out always natural things. I feel like there's too many pill here, pill there, pill here. And even vitamins, if you analyze it, those things are in food. It's just sometimes you cannot have them in such an extent, like so strong, so much at the same time. But I like to try to source and have things that will help you naturally, because yeah, things that can help you fight your cortisol and your anxiety is always found in foods, in meals and things. So I'll be letting you know in the next video, but also things that and exercises that can help you. Let's continue to these. I personally ticked the 3 points, okay? I'm not embarrassed, but this is all me. I feel exposed. So 3 ways to realize that your cortisol is too high. First, physical. Second, psychological. And third, behavioral. Okay, so let's go with the first one. Let's go into depth. First one, physical. Hair loss, okay? I thought my hair was falling a lot and everyone's like, oh girl, it's autumn. But I'm like, it's been falling for like a year and a half. Like I don't even know how I have hair, but I feel so lucky because it means my body somehow, despite all of this, is working quite well. Because I mean, I have, right? But before I had even more, and it's traumatic when you see your hair fall insanely. Me personally, when I comb it, when I do this, I can see like 20 hairs at the same time. Sometimes if I'm not leaving home, I do not even comb it for hours because I'm just embarrassed that I'm going to see so much and I'm going to get more stress and more cortisol and it's going to keep falling even more. But never mind. So hair loss, okay? Eye twitching, oh my gosh, like I've experienced this for years, but I never really linked it to this, to cortisol being high. My eyes always like, and it's like so uncomfortable. It's not painful, but it's like, stop please. So yeah, my dad experienced, I guess we could name it as palm twitching, because I remember when he was really stressed, he's a wedding photographer, so I remember when he was very stressed because it's such a difficult job and he holds so much responsibility. His hand in here, there must be a muscle, it like was like going in and out, in and out, in and out, like twitching. So yeah. Dry skin. I've always had kind of towards oily skin, and suddenly my elbows are so dry, the sole of my feet are dry, which never happened. You start to realize your skin is getting super dry. Chest pressure, hello, living with it all the time. I mean, when have I been able to breathe properly? Like, I'm not joking. It's so uncomfortable. I personally found some natural pills which are called and relax. This is obviously not an ad, but it's like I buy them in Spain and they are called and relax Aguilea. I'll probably put a picture or put it on the description. And the natural pills, they have plants like valeriana. They have plants, natural plants, just more, you know, these teas that you have that are like chamomile or like relaxing tea, and they have natural plants. So this pill that actually stinks so bad, oh my gosh, it smells so bad, guys. It smells like horse poo, really, but it doesn't matter. It just contains like so much of it. You do not need a prescription, so it's quite safe. And I'm not going to lie, I haven't noticed much, but like when I feel this like chest pressure and I take it, it's like I'm still super stressed, okay? But just that I can breathe better. Like this chest pressure is kind of a bit lower, so I'm happier. Okay, so migraines. I wish I didn't tick all the boxes. I do, guys, I really do. I hope you don't, but yeah. And numbness in extremities. I haven't experienced this one, but like the migraines, also like doctors just like, oh, you're so stressed, and it doesn't really make me any question or even any proof like test. So yeah, I don't even have medication for that. I just say aspirin because it has a mixture of caffeine with something else and it quite helps well. So second, psychological. You're going to feel more angry. You're going to be angrier. Irritability, you're unable to enjoy the moment, everything annoys you, everything pisses you off. You're always like feeling negative and in a bad mood. And that's also me. Like, I may be having like the best day in the world, but I'll be thinking, what happened 3 months ago that made me overthink for this reason? Oh, and that other thing, oh my god, that was unsolved and I couldn't figure it out. And I keep holding back onto things when it's like self-sabotage on its main form. Like, I'm having a great time and it's, oh, you remember that thing? It's like, can you let me enjoy for heaven's sake? Can I enjoy anything in life? It's quite actually not funny, but yeah. And something, oh my god, this is actually the most interesting thing I've ever heard in my life. Do you know when you go into an exam, right? You're super nervous because, you know, you're scared, you're so nervous that you're going to forget the information you learned and you actually studied quite well. And then you're in the exam and you're like, you read the questions and you're like, great, because I know all of this. And then when you're about to write, you're like, hold on. And you're like, you're blank. You go blank. You know, you remember the pages, you remember the pictures, you know all that information, you know it so well, you know it like your surname. But you were so panicky nervous that it erased from your mind. And then you're like, for 10 minutes, you're like, and you can't. Why does this happen scientifically? This is so interesting. It's because of cortisol. Hippocampus, okay? Hippocampus is a part of your brain responsible for learning things. Hippocampus is a part of your brain that is in charge of you remembering things, but it's also the part of your brain that is in charge of you having memory loss, or you forgetting things. And when cortisol spikes into an extreme way in your brain, hippocampus is like, I'm going for a nap, honey. I'm going for a nap, call me later. So hippocampus will literally, to explain it easy, go to bed because cortisol is too high, so hippocampus shuts down, lights off, and it blanks. It erases your memory about certain things, and that's why you go blank. And that's why 5-10 minutes later, when you are already in the exam and somehow you've calmed down because you've seen the questions, you know what you know the exam now. As you get calmer, those questions, that information comes back to you because it was already there, and hippocampus is like, okay, cortisol is kind of leaving through that door, I'll start waking up again. And I thought that was so interesting. And the third, behavioral, I think that's how it's pronounced. Forgive me if it isn't. But yeah, basically this is just into obviously how you behave when cortisol is high, which you're stressed, you tend to isolate yourself, you tend to not want to do plans, you tend to even cancel plans or cancel appointments because you just feel like the only way to help yourself is to stay indoors. It's like everything shuts down because you can't live with cortisol being that high, and for that reason you just want to be like left alone and you just do not want to know anything about the world. And also you tend to be quite scared of everything. You see everything as a threat. You fear things like, what if this happens, what if that happens, even though I think that's quite common for us humans experience, at least for me. But yeah, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, but I will be providing solutions on the next video. They're not going to be magical though, just want to let you know I do not have a magic wand, but I will assure you that it will help you. It will be natural foods that you can consume to help reduce that spike of cortisol. Will also be some exercises, like psychological exercises, and yeah, I hope that I can help you. I hope that this video was informative and you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you very soon. And yeah, I just wish you the best in the world as always. Bye. And grab a drink of your choice. I have a nice latte that I'm going to keep drinking now.